Hi guys, my name's Liesl and I'm the stitcher.
And I'm her assistant Gwen, also slash daughter.
So today, I thought I only got one whip to show you. I've been totally addicted to my chatelaine and haven't worked on anything else. So I've been a little bit tired this week after I've come home from work, but that's alright. Next week's going to be better and more with it. Work.
And also I think this might help you guys, or maybe not for some parents, because as you know, next Monday is a public holiday.
It's a public holiday in Australia.
Yeah.
So anybody who's not in Australia will still have to go to work on Monday or school on Monday.
Yeah, so if you are, lucky for you, and if you're not, I'm sorry.
Well, they might be on their big break. I don't know, in America, to their summer break. So
There's still chance.
There's still chance.
It's got hope.
This is very exciting about the long weekend. So I'll show my chatelaine first, which is chatelaine. It's that Japanese Zen moss garden, which is going to look like that when it's done. These bits here, the Buddhas, she's actually done a pattern for bonsai trees as well. And I was having a lot of trouble deciding, and I put that up on the chatelaine support Facebook page, and somebody said, oh no, you got to do the Buddhas because there's so many trees already. And I'm like, that's actually a really good point. So I'm going to do the Buddhas. So I got the beading done and a lot of it's my needle minder. Take my needle minder off. Sorry. So I actually got a fair bit done. It's got all the beading done in the middle. These bits here are it's where the treasures go, and I always leave the treasures to last because as this gets bigger, I will put it on a scroll frame. And beads I'm okay with on the scroll frame. I'll put the white batting so I still get the real, because I like really tight tension. I still get the really tight tension. Doesn't ruin the beads. But the treasures I'm just a bit worried about. So I just leave the treasures to the end. And then I started the water. Got 3 lots of the water done here. And these bits here are actually going to be some specialty stitches that go all around, big rice stitches. So I was actually thinking of these ones, rice stitches. Where are the rice stitches here? There's these ones here, but they were white and really hard to see and small. These ones are going to be much bigger and different colours. So I was thinking of doing a video, when videoing me showing how to do the rice stitches. If anybody's interested, just let me know in the comments. Oh, and in saying that, I keep forgetting to say this. Thank you so much for coming back and subscribing and smashing that like button.
Thank you so much, and thank you for the shout outs for some of the people to make our channel grow, so thank you so much.
We really appreciate it.
Yes, that is. Don't think that we never see it, because we do, and we love it.
We do love it, yes. So that's right. I have this idea. Because seeing as I'm totally addicted to this at the moment, is I could get out one of my other. When I had that piece, that really small one that I really hated, detested, I said, got to go out and do 10 stitches a night, and I always did a little bit more than 10 stitches, and it got done. But I don't really have a piece that I don't have a piece that I hate at the moment. But I thought, just get me working on another piece. Just have one piece where I've got to put at least one thread in it a night. I'm like, which one? Do I put it in my oldest whip? Do I put it in my biggest whip, which is just going to take ages to do, so every little bit helps? I'm loving my Once Upon a Fairy Tale one, or how do I use the Tiny Decisions and use that one? So, and there is the stitch along, so I really need to get my butt moving on the stitch along. So maybe I should do the stitch along. We'll see. So I've got that one. I've also got my purple fabrics to show today. I had somebody saying, I saw the video, someone was saying that oh, you've got so many fabrics. I'm like, I'm not even halfway. I've still got purple, green, and blue, and pink, and
Yeah, Mom's got a lot of fabric.
I do have a lot of fabric.
She's got 1 trillion million.
Not quite that many.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, there's a lot.
There's a lot. But
Takes you hours to figure out. Yeah, so I think there's like 1 million trillion.
I also wrote some questions down to a tag. So I thought maybe as I do the fabrics, I could,
Is these questions?
yes, throw some questions.
Can I answer some? Can I read some? No, you can read
You
some.
can answer some of them as well. We'll start off with the fabrics and see how we go. So first question though, this is the Pam Reed stitching style tag, and it's favourite fabric. Well, my favourite fabric is 28 count Lagana. Opal or plain. I mean, I love sparkle, so I'm going to say opal, but it doesn't bother me working on plain either. I just like the pretty sparkle. I do work on linen sometimes. Generally, I'll only work on linen is if I want that really dark, rich colour, because linen takes the dye better than even weave. It'll come out darker, so that's why sometimes. Generally, I'll only do linen though if it's a like I said, I want that really dark, rich, vibrant colour that you need the linen for. Otherwise, I do have Aida, but I only ever use Aida for my full coverage pieces. Nothing against Aida. I mean, I think it's great for full coverage. I think I just like the look of the even weave of the linen where it's not a full coverage piece. So that's my favourite fabrics. And saying that, no, this is a 32 count linen that I got at a Mirabilia retreat. So it's dyed by Linens and Threads, which I believe is Fox and Rabbit. So I thought, I'm not going to do a lot of Halloween pieces, but I did like this. I've just got to, not sure what I'll do on it. Oh, there's that tiny modernist stitch along with its, the haunted house with the vampires. So that might go alright on that one. We'll see, but I thought that was kind of, that's cool. And that's on a 32 count linen.
God. That fabric.
You like fabric, do you?
Can I have it? I'm gonna cross-stitch some wolves on there.
Cross-stitch some what?
Wolves.
Wolves? Ooh, wolves could go alright on it.
Yes, can I?
No. But
Oh, that one looks nice for wolves too.
this next piece is a Colour Cascades fabric called Purple Haze. It's a 28 count Opal Lagana. It's called Purple Haze. I'm not sure when I got this. I think I might have got it on Aussie Stash on loan. You've got to be really quick on Aussie Stash on loan to get Colour Cascade fabrics, and well, to get anything really. So that's purple and black again, but in opal. It's actually come out really well with the darker colour, so ooh, that's interesting. Could do something on that one. Next question is hoop or frame? I love Q-snaps.
This question.
The next question, do I like stitching on a hoop or a frame?
Yes.
Q-snaps. This is what these are. This is what this is. I love Q-snaps. When I first started learning how to stitch, I think my mum, you know, those little kits you can get with the little round hoops that you also frame them with, and that's like when I very first started cross stitching. That's what and the tension was always so tight, and I just love tight tension. I mean, I think that's because what I started on. I don't know. I've tried stitching in hand, and I don't like it because I don't like the tension my hand gives. So definitely a Q-snap girl. And I love the tension. I loved it when Q-snaps came in. This one is called, this is 28, this is Colour Cascade Fabrics again. Oh, it's an older fabric. Purple Heart, 28 count casual linen. Opal. This one's got the glitter's much bigger in it, and it's a dark purple. My friend Amanda gave me this one. I might just fold this in half because you can actually see through it. That's better. Another purple. I didn't realise I had so much purple and black ones, so I'm going to have to find some patterns. Although I guess I could do like a series, like some of Nora's Pixies would go really well on them.
Really?
Or something like that. Yeah, and that way
that would be good for wolves
similar.
too.
Wolves, yeah, wolves not go well done.
Not so much.
Oh, this one is called Candy. Colour Cascade Fabrics again. 28 count Lagana. I bought this one to do Nora Corbett's Gwen. Oh.
Huh? When? Yeah.
Yes, it's a little witch called Gwen. So it's perfect. And I'd seen somebody do it on fabric very similar to this, and I thought, oh, I love it, it's great, it's what I'm going to do it on. And then I saw a friend of mine had done it on an orange fabric, like Autumn Carnival or something like from Colour. I don't know if that was the fabric she used, but that's the fabric I'm going to use. And it was just, it just popped off the orange, and I'm like, oh, you know what, this is nice, but no, it just, seeing it pop off the orange like that was just beautiful. Every January, the groups, we've had 3 Christmases, so every January what we do is I've made that like our gallery month. So I tell people to bring in all their finishes, get them out of the drawers, dust them off, get them out of the boxes, and we display them, show everybody. Even if you've shown them one year, bring them again, because there's people who wouldn't have seen them. And it's nice to see these, you know, it's nice to get these projects out of the boxes and out of the, because so many of us keep these, you know, keep our beautiful pieces in pillowcases or rolled up or in boxes, and they're never seen. So I think once a year, get them out, let everybody see them, and ooh and ah, and so
That's good work. So
it
if you
is,
do
it's,
cross stitch,
oh, I
you're
love,
starting to do cross stitch, you know, if whatever you do is great work.
it's great work, yes. So, next question is stand or hold, oh, do I use a stand or do I hold the frame? Both. I have a stand that I can use. Can't remember the name of it. I'll add in a photo on what it's called. I actually brought this. It's a portable stand. I take it to the retreats when I go there, and I took it to the Mirabilia retreat, and my parents gave it to me for my birthday, part Christmas present, and they got my friend Amanda, the enabler, to help them get them, because I knew that I liked her stand. And she was upstairs, she's really wanting to finish this piece, she's beating, and everybody's coming up to me, oh my god, I love your stand, what is it? I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't know, Amanda knows, I'll get her, you know, when she comes back I'll get it to you. And she came downstairs and she's telling everybody for me, and then she comes up to me and she goes, you do realise it's written on the stand, there's a sticker with the name and phone number and details on the stand? And I'm like, I do now. So yes, I'm meant to do that. But, and it's a great stand because my stitchy chair is an armchair that I can put the feet up on, so I can either work on it with the feet up, or in a really nice back relaxing stitching, or I can actually sit properly and stitch whatever I feel like doing. So great stand. So I will add in a picture and the name of it. So Colour Crusade fabrics again. This is called Lavender Fields. The 28 count Lagana, Opal Lagana, and oh, I think that's a pretty good shot. I'm actually getting pretty good shots tonight. That's a really, it's like a light purple with bits of blue through it. Oh, that's a pretty good shot too. Really pretty, blue through it. So, not on that. And next one is printed paper or digital. Kind of depends on the pattern. Like Heaven and Earth designs and everything like that, I much prefer digital. Number one, saves on shipping. And number two, they're so big, like they're 98 pages long. So you know, it's easier to deal with, and especially with Pattern Keeper, where you can have it all on the one page and everything is much more convenient. But I also use paper. Mirabilis are still on paper, so I don't have any problems with that. And Teresa Wells, so leave it all. So this one is a Fiberlicious fabric. It's called Sunkiss. It's on 28 count plain Lagana. This is I can't really see it. It's a purple, but there's some very light touches of brown through it. I don't know if you can see it. So mostly purple. The brown's actually, most of the brown on my piece is all around the edge, where, I mean, that's where your framing allowance is going to go, so otherwise it's very, very subtle. So I was part of the Fiberlicious Fabric of the Month for a while, but I stopped. I had to cut down on that. Nothing. This is another Fiberlicious piece. It's called Purple Rain. Just 28 count Lagana. It says Joblin, but I've never ordered Joblin. It feels different. And this is really pretty. Purple Rain. Ombre one. So it's dark purple going to light purple. And oh, I just got to figure out what to put in these pieces. Actually, maybe it feels different. So maybe it is Joblin. But it's a you're going to hear them say, I love every piece. It's so beautiful. It's all gorgeous. It's probably getting very sick of me saying that. My last video did get a thumbs down, so.
What?
Oh, I'm fine. Everybody's allowed their opinion, but I was wondering, did they thumbs down the. Was it too much fabric? Was it me constantly saying, oh, this is gorgeous. I love this, or. It doesn't matter. You're in shock. Look at you, she's in shock.
Doesn't count.
Everybody's allowed their opinion.
So guys, why is not?
Sorry, Gwen just got a phone call. School friend. So this is a Dine for Cross Stitch piece by Kathy Davidson, and this is a 28 count Opal Lagana, which is a really nice purple. It's a really nice mottled purple.
Be back, Mom.
Okay, I'll be here playing with my fabrics.
A lot of fabric. Okay.
Yeah, I know I have a lot of fabrics, but I've never smoked. I don't drink that much. Very rarely drink. All of our bills get paid. You know, it's all bills and everything first, and savings first, and then it's. Abby and I have our own pocket money, and I lay by a lot. But yeah, I just love fabrics. They're pretty, and they make me happy. This is Under the Sea Fabrics, Iced Grapes, 28 count Opal Linen, and it's really pretty. But I think this would be another piece that Amanda gave me or swapped with me. I'm surprised if I actually bought this one myself. So I'm pretty sure Amanda gave it to me. Yeah, that's the thing with hand-dyed fabric. Sometimes it can be a bit of a risk. You can love it on the screen, and sometimes you can have a piece that you already love, and you order it again, and what you get you just don't like. It can be a bit of a worry sometimes with hand-dyed fabric. Yeah, got to be willing to take the risk. This is a Fiberlicious called November Rain on 28 count Opal, 28 count Lagana plain. And it's like that other piece. The other piece is called Sunkiss, which was a light purple with the very light touches of oranges through it. This is a darker version. So I honestly don't know what I would stitch. Oh, this side's not so bad. Let's see. And that one, I did order this piece from Fiberlicious called Sunlit Cathedral, and I loved it on Fabric View. I thought it would be great for Lady of Mystery, and then when it came, did not like it. It's not saying like nothing against the dyer, I just did not like it, and I tea-dyed over the top of it, so. It did make it much more subtle though, so I'm still not sure what I would use it for, but we'll see. So what's another one? Oh, I forgot a question. Favorite time to stitch? Anytime. I will stitch anywhere, anytime. I guess my favorite time to stitch is I actually kind of like it. My husband gets up early in the morning. Gets up at 4:30. He used to get up early, but now he gets up at 4:30. So instead of just like waking up and just going back to sleep, I'll actually wait till he leaves the house and get up, because he turns the heater on when he gets up, so by the time he leaves I get up, the house is nice and warm. And then I'll get up and it's 5 a.m. in the morning, and that 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. where I can stitch and it's quiet, and it's just No kids, no interruptions. Even the dog doesn't want to join me. He stays in bed. He actually climbs up on my bed and goes to sleep, and I just get to stitch, and it's just nice to just, yeah. It's called Velvet Sky, and it is Velvet Sky 28 count linen, seraphim hand dyed fabric. It's really dark purple. It's really pretty. But I do also love stitching with friends. I just quiet. It's just nice, and there's nobody wants my attention at 5 a.m. in the morning, so it's nice. Next question is, am I a floss licker? No. Never have I licked floss. It seems my special, and I don't use a needle threader. Since my special superpower in life is threading needles. When I was a kid, my parents would go, they were part of a four-wheel driving club, and we'd go four-wheel driving all the time, and the cars going everywhere, and I'm sitting there in the back seat, cross-stitching. I can thread a needle, fill four-wheel driving. I just pinch the thread between my finger, and I'm very lucky. Like I said, it's my superpower. My superpower is threading needles, so but yeah. Chromatic Alchemy. This one is, and it's Al's Dark Magic 32 count opal Belfast linen. I do love this piece. I think I might have actually bought this one. If I didn't buy it, then Amanda gave it to me. And that's a really nice, like a really dark purple. I think I'm not sure what would go on that actually. Something really nice. Maybe Bellatrix, but I'm not sure the colours would work. It's not all dark purples. I am getting to the lighter ones. And I know I say a lot that my friend Amanda gave this to me. I do give fabrics to her as well. We very much swap and interchange. So, but she does have a lot more than me. She's been collecting longer than I have. This one is Fiberlicious Aura 28 count opal Lagana, and this one is really, it is really pretty though. I'm not saying they're always really pretty. This one is really pretty. I love how it goes. You've got the pinky, it looks like a very, like light purple, pinky purple middle, and then it comes out to the light, like violet exterior. So that's gonna look, don't know what I'm gonna put on it, a fairy or something really nice, something really pretty. And I'll stitch on these, and sometimes too, like people from Cross Stitch Group, they'll be like, oh, I want to start this piece and I want a fabric like that, and I'll be like, well, I have a fabric like that, and if it's something I don't really have any plans for, I'll be like, well, they'll take it off me, or I'll give them the piece, they'll order the piece, I'll give them my piece, and then when their piece, so they can start it straight away, they don't have to wait, because at the moment it's not just the dyeing time, it's the postage time can take 3 months. 6 to 3 months to get a piece, and if they want to start a piece straight away and I've got the fabric, they'll order the piece, I'll give them my piece of fabric, and then when their piece comes in 3 months later, they'll just give me that piece, so it all works out even. So, but it just means they can start their piece straight away, and all happy. This one is Colour Crusade Fabrics, Whole Lot of Love, 28 count opal, just really pretty. I had a plain piece of this with a friend. She's got that piece. She's stitching a Nimue piece on it. I think it's called Victoria, but I could be very wrong. But the plain piece is actually slightly darker. This looks very, very light. I wonder if I can get a good shot. The plain piece is, oh, maybe. But the plain piece is darker, and it's That's right, this is April. Can't we see April? It's. I'm not going to say it's pretty or gorgeous. Hoard or buy as needed. I only buy as needed. I mean, why would you want to keep things in reserve? No. I'm a hoarder. I am a definite hoarder. I fall in love and I keep stuff for years and years and years in case I ever need it. So, straight coat, no rum. Like, the week wasn't that hard. No, not that hard. This one is Colour Save Fabrics. It's called Hollow Pond. 28 count Lagana plain. I think it's Hollow Pond. I think I had another Hollow Pond piece and it turned out totally different. This one is much more, so like I said, that's the thing with fabrics, which is part of the reason why I do order in fat halves now. Because if I do see a piece and I think I might want to do like 2 pieces on it, I'll order I'll order a fat half because I know that way that it's going to be very similar. Whereas if you order a fat quarter and then when you get around to stitching the other piece, which could be, in my case, years later, it could be very different, or the hand dye is not around anymore. So, this is a Sparklies fabric. It's their fabric of the month for April 2021. And I don't think this is going to show up on camera very well. It's a light violet, but it's got like touches of blues and all that. Like very, very subtle. Can you get it? Sure, I can get it. Oh, find it in the shadows. Yeah. Not really. It's really pretty though. So what's next is favorite floss. I don't really have a favorite floss. I'm not a floss collector. I buy floss as I need it. Set the DMC. I do keep a full set of DMC on hand. But as with floss, I mean, I do have like some silks and stuff, but it's like leftovers from Shadowlands and stuff. It's not stuff that I just like. Great. Floss is a specific project in mind, and DMC used for everything, which is why I have a full set handy. But I do love silks. Love stitching with silk, not silk pearl. Silk pearl for me, it tangles up. It untangles easily enough, but it twists, it tangles. It's horrible. I much prefer cotton pearl to silk pearl, but otherwise, yeah. Oh, nice to see that on the side. This one is Cross Stitch Boutique called Ray of Light. And this one, I'm going to stitch Mirabilia's Sun Goddess is going to go on this one. That's what I'm going to stitch on this one. Mirabilia's Sun Goddess. It's an opal. And it's actually a linen because I wanted it darker. You can see it's not that much of a dark purple, so which is why, and even if it would have been extra light, and I wanted it to be darker. This is actually, it was done, she made this piece, or designed this piece of fabric specifically for a Passion Ricomo piece. I can't remember the name for, but it's of a fairy who's carrying a lantern, and the ray of light is actually further down in the fabric, so the lantern sits where the ray of light is. So if you go onto her website, it's got the picture of it. It's quite pretty. But anything like these with the fabric dyes, you can ask them put the different circle like wherever you want on the fabric. Or she's also said you could have it in whatever color you want. It doesn't have to be yellow. You could have it. You could have green background with the blue light if you wanted to. So if you do see something like that and you want different colours, always worth asking the fabric guys for sure. Serial starter or one whip at a time. Would anybody believe me if I said one whip at a time? Although this week I was a one whip at a time girl, but no, I'm gonna say serial starter, but because I have about 30 whips, but I know people who have like 100, like not just like 100. We're talking 200 whips more. So yes, I'm a serial starter, but I'm on the definite low end of the scale of the serial starters. I used to be a one whip girl all the time, and then friend of mine, a close friend of mine, she died. She was 37 when she died. She had a stroke, and she also loved cross stitching. And what happened was she only did one piece at a time, and she was had a couple pieces she really wanted to start. She was so excited about starting them. She kitted them together. One was a heaven and earth piece, Godspeed, and there was another piece, a memorabilia piece, and she was just, she couldn't wait to start them. And then unfortunately she had a stroke, and which she survived, and she was cross stitching for her rehab, but not on like a 28 count 1/1 situation. It was very good, but it was like 14 count Ada that they were saying she should cross stitch. I'm just doing that, and then she had another stroke and unfortunately died, and she had all these pieces that she never got to start, and she was so excited about, and she never got to enjoy them. And so I'm kind of like, well, I want to enjoy these pieces, because you know what, even if something does happen to me and I have 30 whips, there's still going to be somebody, I know cross stitch group and Amanda, there's plenty of people who will take on, who will adopt a whip, who will take on and adopt my whip, and I'm fine with that. I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm a definite process stitcher. I love the process. I love the cross stitching. So don't get me wrong, I love a finish. Who doesn't love a finish? But so I'm fine with that, and I get so much joy out of my projects. So I'm very, very comfortable with that. So this piece is, what is this piece? Color Cascade Fabrics, 28 count Opal Lagana, Into the Mystic. So moral to that story is, if it gives you joy, do it. It's not hurting anybody else, go for it, So I mean, some people are one whips, that's fine. You got to do what makes you happy, because life is short. This is, dare I say it, beautiful. I absolutely love this piece. It is just, love it. I'm thinking something like mermaid might go all right on that, or a fairy, or a Mirabilia's Christmas Flourishes or something. Not sure, but something beautiful is going to go on there for sure. More FFOs or UFOs? More FFOs, because yes, I have a lot of whips, but none of them are actually UFOs. I don't actually have any unfinished objects. They're all works in progress, so nothing's unfinished. So yes, I definitely have more FFOs than, so that's something to say. I don't have any UFOs, so there you go, proud of that. This one I got on Aussie Stash Unload. It's Dying for Cross Stitch. It is 20 count Lagana with silver. It's opalescent silver. And it's purple with a light grey through it. Better if I fold these over. I might be able to get a better look at them. It's just on 20 count, but it's still nice. Still very pretty. Very pretty. And then we've got Stitch Alone or Together. I love meeting up with other stitchers. and talking to them and everything like that, but I do find I stitch more alone. I go to stitching retreats with the best intentions, and I go to my stitching group once a month with the absolute best intentions. I'm going to do this, and I don't really get that much done. I love going around talking to the other stitchers and talking fabrics and fall and looking and chatting, and so I love talking to other stitchers, but when it comes to actually stitching, I get a lot more stitching done alone. Slightly lilac. This is Sparklies 28 count. So it's almost very light purple. It's almost pink, dare I say. Quite slightly lilac, but it's slightly lilac to the point of being nearly pink, which you can't really see here as well. And next we have got Experiment or As Written. Chatelaines, I'm a definite as written kind of person. Experiment, I'm not like these people who do the full-on conversions. I lack the patience and I think the knowledge to do it, but I'll do little things. Mirabilia Seaside Kingdom, I changed the girl's hair to brown because I wanted her to be, you know, she was Gwen, and I added a t-shirt for the boy. Got to cover up when you're at the beach. And I'll do little things, but nothing big. And this one is Sparkly's Fabric of the Month, March 2020, 28 count Opal Lagana. I hope this one shows up nice, kind of. Oh, that's it. That's a good shot. That is just gorgeous. I wish you could see the sparkle. Just can't see the sparkle, but it's. I don't know if you can even see it. Oh, hang on. That's a good shot. Isn't that just beautiful? It is just beautiful. My mum does quilting. She did teach me how to. She used to cross stitch. She doesn't anymore, but she's very much into quilting and patchwork. And my old bedroom in their house is just like full of crates of fabric. And I'm like, we both have a fabric addiction, a fabric addiction. Different kinds of fabrics, but it's still, yeah, definitely got it off my mum. Definitely got it off my mum. Was there some bobinate floss? No, I don't bobinate. I'll show in another video. I like the cards, how you loop them round. First time I tried to bobinate was when I was stitching the Teresa Welser piece, the unicorn piece, and Teresa Welser uses a lot of blended threads, and I would have been, like I said, maybe early teens, 13, 14 at the time, and had it all bobinated, and all those blended threads on, and then trying to twist them up on the cards, and I've never done it since then. So I think it was just like one bad experience, and no. Plus, I love cross stitching. I don't really like the kitting up process, putting it all on the cards and stuff like that. So I'm like, no, definitely not. Definitely not. Fabric of the month, Sparkly's Fabric of the Month for September 2020. This is really nice. This is another purple and grey piece, but it's like a light purple. It's grey, and it's just, oh, I think that's kind of a good shot there. You can even sort of see the sparkle there. Oh, I thought if I did just one colour at a time, this video would be shorter. But, oh, last piece of fabric coming up, so there you go. Start in the middle or the corner. Full coverage pieces, I generally start top left corner. Mirabilias and stuff, I generally start in the middle, or unless I've got a something I love is, I'm very particular about believe it or not, particular about fabrics, because I like to me, with the hand-dyed fabrics, like, they can help tell a story. So it's not only just the hand-dyed fabric. It's like, oh, well, look, there's more shadow here, and there's this here, and so this is the mermaid coming up, and this bit of thing is the water. You know, she's splashing the water. It's the turbulent water, and that. So I'll want to try and make sure that water is exactly where the tail is or where something is, because it's part of the story. And this one is a sparklies fabric, 32 count, 32 count Murano opal, and I do love this piece. This is one of those cases where I got this piece of fabric and I found the perfect pattern to go on it, and the fabric was not the right size, so I had to order again. It was Pinky the Pink. She's on Etsy. She's got a website now too. Pinky the Pink, Make It Pink. Pretty sure it's Pinky the Pink. She does the Hannah Alexander. I think it's like that. Oh, no, it might be. Oh, I'm terrible. I can't even check my phone because Gwen's chatting to her friend on it. Sleeping Beauty. Mucha, M-U-C-H-A, Mucha Designs. And I saw this, and this is what I put Sleeping Beauty on. This is what my Sleeping Beauty is on. But I had to, this piece wasn't big enough, so I had to reorder. So it's another reason why I like fat halves, because the amount of time where I'll have the perfect piece as a fat quarter, and it's just not big enough. I'm finding a lot of Bella Filipinas don't fit on them, long dogs don't fit on them, and things like that. So it's kind of why I sort of like fat halves. Better chance something's gonna fit on them. I'll just quickly finish this whip rotation. I have tried a whip rotation. I really have failed miserably. I'm a when it calls to me. If it's calling to me, I stitch on it, and I find, you know, the needle's a blur. I will stitch so much on something when it's calling to me, and then might not call to me for a long time afterwards, but it'll get really good progress on that time when it is calling to me. So I try, because I come up with the rotation, and it's kind of like, oh, but I want to stitch on that. That's calling me, and then I just kind of don't really stitch that much. So do I use a timekeeper? No, I tried, and I was constantly forgetting to turn it off, and then I was kind of thinking, so, you know, I'd come back, I'd stitch, and I'm constantly being interrupted. And apart from my morning, really quiet, when nobody wants me, morning sessions at 5 to 7 a.m. in the morning, I get a lot of mum or wifey or just phone calls, and life gets in the way, so it'd be too much stopping and starting and in that time. So no timekeeper. Parking technique. I park with my full coverage designs. Strangely enough, though, it seems to be on the piece on how I park, which with my Once Upon a Time, which is a 40 count 1/1, I'm just doing 10 by 10 squares. So I'll do the 10 by 10 and then park up in the next square above it. My supersize, Heaven and Earth supersize design, I started doing that, parking where I'll just do it all one colour, but now I'm kind of like, no, I'm doing Extreme Cross Country, all in one colour on that one. I have another piece, my Sanctimonia is, I work in the whole column down on the page. So I'll do the same colour and do that whole colour down the page and do it that way. So it seems to be the piece dictates how I do it, how it works. I don't really have one set way. So I also find the parking technique, which parking technique you use depends on the piece you're stitching on. Do I keep orts? No, I meant to, and I thought, because you see the photos where people put them in the glass baubles, and I was like, oh, that's so pretty, and then like, this is the Teresa Wilson Millennium piece, and it all looks pretty, but then I'm like, because I'll stitch on something, I'm not a one at a go stitcher, and so that really, well, you could do it with all pieces, but no, I have like a little Ort thing next to my stitchy chair, and I fill it up, and when it gets full, I just throw it in the bin, so I don't actually keep them. And snack or drink while stitching? Yes, yes. I do. I only have really one horror story. With my shuttle lanes, I keep them in a not in a normal project bag. I'll have to add in a picture of what the project bag looks like. And when I was stitching in my Sleeping Beauty, I had, it's like a carry case, and I had the box sitting up there, and I had my tea underneath, and I got sick of trying to get my tea out underneath to drink it, so I put it in the carry case. And when somebody, the kids or having something, wanted something, and it was on the shelf, so I've just closed the lid of the case, and the tea knocked over inside the case and just went everywhere. Luckily I was stitching on the piece, so the piece was not in the case. The DMC threads were not in the case, so they were all out, and luckily everything that was in the case was in their separate plastic bags. Thank God. Otherwise that could have been really, really disastrous. And the case is fine. I was able to fix up the case, and it doesn't even really show that much staining. But yeah, luckily everything was in a I don't really have any floss away bags, except if they're ever sent to me. If I order thread and it comes in a floss away bag, I'll keep it. I just use the clip lock, snap lock bags, snack size snap lock bags. You can go to a $2 shop and buy 100 of them for $2, and they're just a little bit bigger than the floss away bags. Not much of a difference, and they're so much cheaper. But yes, they snap lock, and they do keep liquid out as well, so that's a good thing. But that's the only real horror story I've got. Otherwise, no, I guess it's all good. The only other, it's when I got after the kids and Gwen was a little older, I was cross stitching at the dining room table, and Gwen was colouring in. She was colouring in with a blue crayon, and oh, hi mummy, look at this, and I've turned to look at it, and she's got blue crayon all whoosh, and I had blue crayon across my cross stitch, my old world mark cross stitch, and I'm thinking, blue, could it be the sea? So I find crayons, for me, crayons are more dangerous than the snacks, and tea has been the only problem. And I don't keep tea inside the case anymore. No, don't do that. So I learnt for that. Otherwise, Gwen's still not back, and I don't know whether I can do it as well as her, so...
Hi guys, I'm sorry that I wasn't there when Mum said it. So I'm sorry about that. I had to go for a shower and to take a cold clothes. So make sure you smash that like button and subscribe, the bell notification, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye! We'll get more videos if we get more likes.